Okay, I am getting ready to head out on another Tesla road trip. I am headed from Roanoke, Virginia to Augusta, Georgia currently. You'll see it shows I arrive at 7 p.m. It wants me to stop and charge for 1 hour in Charlotte, North Carolina, which I'm going to change that around. I'm leaving around 12:15 p.m. It is cooled out. It's 51 degrees. I just fully charged. It was still at 99% when I unplugged. Then it jumped to 100, but showing 302 miles, but it didn't totally finish top balancing. But to give you an idea, this car started with 330 miles, so about a little bit of degradation for sure, with 38,000 miles on the battery. And so I'm going to be headed south. So I'm going to change the name of this because ultimately I'm headed to Albany, Georgia. We're going to change the name of this to Albany Trip, with a quick overnight in Augusta. So there we go. That has been renamed. And so we'll be able to track the consumption down here. And I am going to go ahead and take off. And we'll see how this trip goes. Let me look at charging stops. So you can see it wants me to stop all the way down there in Charlotte, that far out. And I'll probably go ahead and stop early. Maybe like in this Troutman supercharger, which is right off the interstate, it looks like, at a pretty good exit. So, and this one looks like it's at a gas station or something. So let me go ahead and add that. That's a V3 250 kilowatt. We'll add that one in. So now it automatically added Columbia as my next one. So 20 minutes in Troutman, 15 minutes in Columbia. And automatically, we just saved a half an hour by doing a little better trip planning. So let's try this, and we'll head that way and see what happens. It shows I'm going to arrive with 18%, which sounds pretty good. And I'll get on the road and give you an update in just a little bit. So I'm here in my 2023 Tesla Model Y long range that I bought in April of 2023. So it's a little over a year and a half old, or roughly a year and a half old. 38,527 miles, and the point is, at 99% battery, only getting 300 miles. I just fully charged it, and at 100%, it was only showing 302 miles. This car originally had been rated for 330 miles. That means the battery has degraded, or the range has degraded by 10%. Not good, Tesla. I really have had better experience with other Teslas, and I'm kind of disappointed that I'm seeing this much degradation. So just wanted to share that. Keep an eye on that. At the end of the day, I don't keep it on miles. I keep it on percentage and follow that. But I have noticed the range has been shrinking. So have a good day, everyone. Okay, here's a trip update. I have driven 28 miles, 366 watt-hours per mile. Not great efficiency, but I'm in the cold weather, 46 degrees, and I'm headed up a mountain currently. So, 12:44 p.m., my efficiency prediction has changed. It is now showing that I'm going to arrive to the supercharger in Troutman, North Carolina, at 23% stated charge. So, that's good. I'm fine with that. I usually like to arrive between 10 and 20%, but I'll need to stop until then anyway. I might need to stop and take a quick bio break even before then. We'll see. But it shows I'm going to arrive at 2:48 p.m. And so far, so good. I was in construction for a while. Now we're just kind of traveling at interstate speeds with traffic. So more details to follow. By the way, beautiful part of the country. Even though it's kind of gray this time of year, the leaves have come off most of the trees. But I'm in the Blacksburg, Virginia area currently. So, pretty neat. When you're living in the Midwest or part of the South, you don't get to see these mountains and hills. It's pretty cool driving up through them here in Virginia. Anyway, I'll be back with you in a minute. So here's a quick trip update. I did have to make a stop for, I don't know, 12, 13 minutes. Take care of a few things, and I'm back on the road. It's 1:04 p.m. It is 43 degrees out, cloudy and overcast. Hopefully, I'm headed to warmer weather. You'll see I've driven 41 miles, 367 watt-hours per mile. I am now going mostly downhill, so my consumption should improve. I am riding at highway speeds, and yeah, all in all, FSD's on, showing 19% upon arrival now. I did drive a couple miles out of route when I got off the exit, so it's a little errand I had to take care of. But yeah, all in all, we're back on track. Riding. Looking forward to getting to the supercharger here in Troutman in a little under 2 hours, and I will keep you updated as I ride along. Okay, so here's another trip update. 1:35 p.m., 44 degrees out. I'm at 62% on the battery. Riding along here at highway speeds, just following traffic, and yeah, we're at 78 miles, 26 kilowatt hours used, 335 watt hours per mile. You can see here on this Model Y long range, I'm at 38,604 miles overall. I've got about an hour and 23 minutes, 91 miles to the supercharger here in Troutman, North Carolina. And it's showing now I'm going to arrive with 21%. So it's been bouncing around a little bit, but, you know, I'm going up and down a lot of elevation changes up and down the mountain here. So I expect that to bounce around some, but should hit there with roughly 20%. Been a smooth, uneventful drive so far. Lots of traffic. Super, super busy today for whatever reason. It is late November 2024, and take a look at that view. Wow. It's really something. Okay, well, I will check back with you here in a little bit as I continue on my trip to Augusta, Georgia. So I just changed my stop. I'm going to stop at Mount Airy, North Carolina, Graceland Lane Supercharger. It's an 8-stall version 3, 250 kilowatt. The reason why I'm stopping there is I need to take a bio break and stretch my legs. So I kind of rushed out of the office today after a bunch of meetings, and I've got to get down to Augusta, and I just didn't have time to properly, plan and optimize. So I've got to stop and take a bio break. Might as well put a little bit of charge in while I'm there. Not going to sit there long, and then we'll see what the next stop is after that. It's saying it wants me to go to Troutman after that. Not sure. We'll see. But yeah, I'm going to stop and let the car top up while I stretch my legs, make a couple of phone calls, and finish some emails, and do a few things I need to do while I'm stopped. So preconditioning already, which is great. 43 degrees out. Looks like I'm going to arrive to this stop with 48%. So I'm way overcharged, but always be charging when you can. So ABC, I'm going to plug in. I've driven 94 miles, an hour and 34 minutes, so not that long, and 337 watt hours per mile. So not optimum efficiency, but I have been running up and down the mountain, and I am running at highway speeds. You can see overall in the car 294 watt hours per mile. So been a good trip so far, but yeah, I'll be stopping here in roughly 15 minutes for just some quick juice and a recharge for me as well. So I'll be back with you shortly. Okay, so I'm about 1 mile from the exit. I'm getting off exit number 100 for Galax. And let's see, 0.6 miles, it says 0.5 now. And maybe a half a mile off the exit. It says 1.1 miles total. I will arrive there with about 48%. I will update you here as I'm getting plugged into the supercharger on this exit. So yeah, I basically get off the highway and go right across the road. And it looks like the superchargers are over there. I've been to this one before. To be honest, I just don't remember it. But no big deal. I need the brake, so we're going to jump off. We have driven 111 miles, 314 watt hours per mile. So consumption has improved as I continue to head downhill and lose elevation. So let's see where this charger is. I think I'll just stay connected here. Oh, it's down here on the right. It shows 5 stalls available. I do remember this one. It's at a Circle K. It was a newer Circle K stop. It was pretty nice. And should be there in just a second. Now, if I remember, the chargers are on the left side of the parking lot, up against a bank or something. only see one Tesla plugged in. So it's saying 5 on the screen, but maybe it was just predicting some other cars plugging in, or maybe some other cars just left. But here I am. Let's roll right over here and get plugged in. I'm going to plug in all the way down here on the end. Yeah, this is a nice one. Stop right about there. And let's go ahead and get the car plugged in and use the facilities. I will keep you with me, and let's see what charging speeds we get at a fairly high state of charge. Should go green in just a second. Super quick activation on these. There we go. Up to 90 kilowatts right away. 92, 93. Probably not a lot more than that at 48%. Sitting at 110, 114, and probably topping out right around there. 115. And yeah, we're maxed out at 114. So I'll be back with you in a minute. Okay, I just got back to the car. It's charging at 74 kilowatts, 73 kilowatts now at 70%. I took all that time to do what I needed to do. I'm gonna go ahead and get unplugged and head on the way. And it's telling me to go to Troutman still, where I'll get there with 45%. I don't think I'll do that, but let me get on the road and figure it out from there. So we're gonna go ahead and get unplugged by just pressing this button. It'll go white. Put the charger on the handle. It'll email me a receipt, and off I go. Let's get back on the road. Okay, so here's a trip update. I'm on the road again, riding along, and I am going to be to the supercharger in Fort Mill, South Carolina, just on the other side of Charlotte, in 89 miles, an hour and 34 minutes, which is great, meaning I should get through any Charlotte crazy traffic before rush hour. And it wants me to charge over for about 25 minutes, and then that'll put me to the hotel in Augusta with 16%. There are Tesla destination chargers at the hotel, but there's no guarantee they're available. So I may make a quick stop after Fort Mill on the way to the hotel, just so I have enough battery for Sentry mode, or whatever in the Tesla overnight, so I can get to the hotel maybe 30 to 35%. So I've driven 21 miles since last stop and 318 miles watt hours per mile. Overall, on the Albany trip, I'm calling it, on the way to Augusta first, 133 miles, I've burnt 42 kilowatt hours of energy and 313 watt hours per mile. All in all, it's a smooth, uneventful trip. The Tesla's doing great, and just looking forward now to getting to the next stop at the supercharger in Fort Mill, South Carolina at Carolina Place. I have been there before, but it's been quite a while, so I'm going to check. I'm going to click right here, and I want to check. It's a 12-stall, 250 kilowatt supercharger, so that's a good one. That means I can get full speed, arriving at a pretty low state of charge, and I will be there in just a little bit. And here we go. It's a hurry up and wait. As I ride down the interstate, it looks like there's construction or something. Both lanes are basically stopped. 43 miles to the Pineville exit, which basically I'm getting on 485, and then 73 miles to the supercharger in Fort Mill, South Carolina. 288 watt hours per mile. Pretty good efficiency for the last 37 miles. I'm at 56% on the battery currently, and it's 53 degrees out, so pretty moderate temperatures. We'll kind of see what happens up here with the construction, but I am just riding along for now. So I'm in the expressway lanes on 77 South. just crossing over the Lake Norman area, just north of Charlotte, showing 50 minutes for 40 miles. And I've had pretty great efficiency here on this 70-mile leg, 289 watt hours per mile, and 303 total for the trip. So it's starting to get back to around the average, which is 294 for the car. 181 miles so far into the trip. I've burnt 55 kilowatt hours of energy, and yeah, I'm not far out. Should arrive with around 24%. Hoping I can get through this traffic. You can see it's very, very heavy, and unfortunately I'm going to hit some of the Charlotte heavy afternoon traffic, but hopefully I can get through it and get on the south side and get juiced up here in just a few minutes. So I'll just stay on with you for a minute so you can kind of see this area. The weather has certainly improved. It's up to 56 degrees already. It's amazing the difference between North Carolina and Virginia, and the roads are certainly smoother. A lot more traffic though, but it's beautiful out. And it's been a pretty good uneventful drive so far today, but you can see how heavy this traffic is in the Lake Norman area. So it's great. They in the last few years they built and opened up these express lanes. They help a lot. Save a lot of time when you're traveling. Anyway, I'll be back with you here shortly. So I wanted to share a quick update. The car just started preconditioning the battery for fast charging at 45 minutes and 35 miles out. Obviously the battery's at cold temperatures, being 56 degrees out, and I'm glad it's kicked on to precondition so I get a good fast charge at this next supercharger. It wasn't honestly bad at the last one, even though it had very little time to precondition. I thought it did a great job in a short period of time. I got up to 70%. I'm going to need to take another bio break when we get up here, and I'll let it charge for a little bit, and then we'll figure out the final plan if I'm going to make another stop or just head to the hotel. 288 watt hours per mile, 75 miles in, but main update was, hey, we're preconditioning. So great job, Tesla. And here's part of the reason for the extra 10 minutes. You'll see it's 18 minutes to only go 8 miles. It's getting off of the current 485 south, getting on to 77 south. You'll see it's backed up a good mile on the exit. So anyway, no big deal. We'll be there very shortly. Still preconditioning for fast charging. 58 degrees out, so it's getting nice and warmer as I head further south, thank goodness. 102 miles since the last charge. 29 kilowatt hours of energy burn up, and 283 watt hours per mile. Cool thing is, overall on the what I have listed as the Albany trip, I'm going to Augusta today, 213 miles, 298 watt hours per mile. So getting very close to the overall efficiency lifetime on the Model Y, which is pretty much an average road trip, although it is getting in the wintertime with colder temperatures. So, however, this car's been driven throughout all climates, so it's a blend. That's kind of it. Still showing on track. Let's take a look at the supercharger. Let me click here, and it is showing 8 stalls are available upon arrival with 3 cars en route. So that's probably what was going on at that last charger. And by the way, at the last charger, there was a Cybertruck that pulled in and was charging right after me. So the 5 stalls shown available might have included me, the Cybertruck, and the car that was already there. So we'll see what happens when we get up here. It shows 3 cars en route. So that means there's 1 car there charging currently, and maybe I'm one of the 3 cars. Not sure about their logic, but looking forward to getting there and getting plugged in. So I'll be there in just a few minutes, and I'll update you. All right, and here we go. We are getting off the exit in 0.4 miles, exit number 85, Fort Mill, South Carolina. Shows 7 of them available here upon arrival. 109 miles, 286 watt hours per mile. So pretty good efficiency on this leg. And yeah, some traffic here. There usually is off this exit, especially this time of day. It's about 4 p.m. It is 58 degrees still, and I am at 25% state of charge. So I'm only a half a mile, should arrive with 25%. And I'll just have you ride along with me if possible. As long as my phone doesn't ring or anything crazy happens, we will find these chargers together. headed to the right up here. So I used to have a house not far from here on Lake Wiley, which is fairly close. But it was on the Charlotte side. But yeah, very close to here. 38,747 miles. 11.4 megawatt hours of energy used since I purchased this car. So quite a bit of overall energy. I really like that since I got the car, they added these turn signal cameras. Really a nice feature, and they've really made a lot of improvements to the Tesla in the last couple of years. You know, this is my 4th Tesla, and I am going to be taking delivery of a Cybertruck more than likely here in December or January, so I'm looking forward to that. I'd love to get your feedback on this video. Have you been through this area? Have you supercharged at any of these chargers? What do you think of the Model Y? Generally, any feedback, any comments, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. It certainly helps support the channel. And there's why it shows 11 minutes for 0.4 miles. We haven't hardly moved at all. So hopefully the light up here changes and cars will go. Now it's showing 11 chargers available upon arrival. So maybe my ETA, maybe the other cars changed their route, but that's essentially saying there's either only one car there or I will be the one car there. We'll see. We are not far at all. Looks like there's a lot of construction here that may be holding things up a bit. Heavy traffic off this exit. So this is a great supercharger being right off the exit, but depending on time of day, this one's rough. It takes a lot of time to get to this charger, so not impressed with this one so far. Now I realize it's only been 4 minutes since I started shooting this video, so it could be worse, but certainly could be better. Let's take a look while we're sitting here at potentially the future charging stops. So it looks like we've got a couple here right along the interstate. That one's right off the interstate, but in a pretty busy area. Or we can stop at this one. Let's see. I thought I saw one up there near Augusta. Let me click that again. Yeah, right there it is. It just didn't appear a second ago. So that's the North Augusta supercharger. So I may hit that one. We'll just see how much charge I decide to take on and how long I decide to wait here. It may take me longer to catch up on emails, and then I may be charged plenty to go to the hotel. So let's kind of see what happens, and we'll go from there. I'm going to go ahead and jump off the recording, and I'll be back with you in just a second. So I absolutely recognize this location. I've actually been here quite a few times. As soon as I got off the exit, I remember it because, believe it or not, my house was, I said it was not far from here, but it was right down this road over by Tega K in that area. And I used to come to that gas station back when and this was years ago, I had, gas cars, Mercedes, whatever. And I would fuel at that BP station. I think there was a barbecue place over here that I I'd gotten barbecue from a couple of times. And if I remember, the superchargers are kind of down here in a shopping plaza. But yeah, I've charged here multiple times, and actually I've charged here with this car and a couple of my other Teslas. So pretty interesting that I don't fully remember it. And either way though, let's just follow along here as I get to the charger. Still showing 11 stalls available, and way busier than I remembered. It must be due to that construction off the exit, because this area has always been fairly busy, but this is kind of ridiculous. It's not Friday or anything, you know, it's on a Thursday, and yeah, ridiculously busy. But yep, the chargers are right over there where I remember them, in this nice shopping plaza. I know I've definitely eaten in this Empire Pizza shop before, and been in a few of these stores over the years. So kind of interesting that, you know, I don't remember until I get here. But there's a nice little charger by itself. We're going to back into that one. That's a V4. Sometimes these 12 stalls have a mixture of V4 and V3s, so, or V3s and V2s. You got to look for the metal on the handle, and there'll be a metal ring around the handle of the charger, and also much thicker cables on the version 2s. And they are slower, especially when you're at a lower state of charge. Now, I'm still all the way up at 25%, but let's get plugged in and see how quickly we can charge. There is one other car here, and now there's one pulling in. Okay, and it's going green, which means we're charging, and let's see how quickly. Gotta love a Tesla. Super quick activation. We're ramping right up. Already over 150 kilowatts that you'd get on a V2. We're up to 237, 252. Wow, all the way up to 252. Now it'll slowly start tapering off because I'm already up to 25%. So it's saying 25 minutes. So I think I'm gonna go take a quick bio break, get rid of any trash, and I'll be back with you here shortly. Okay, we're already up to 44%, but we're down to 125 kilowatts of charging. So, you know, that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look here on the navigation. Continue trip. Let's see how much negative juice it says we're gonna have. So if I leave right now, we're at minus 4%. We've got 148 miles to go. And let's go ahead and take a look. So if we stop at this charger here in Lexington, 12 stall, 250 kilowatts, 76 miles away. That will get us out of town before it gets even crazier here. And if we leave right now, we'll get there with 10%. So I'm gonna let it charge just a little bit longer, and we're gonna take off in just a few minutes. We'll hit that charger just for a little bit. It's showing 10 minutes. And then head on to Augusta. So that'll do two things. That'll break the charge up, and I'll be charging at a much faster rate. And this one is right off of the interstate. And I think I remember that one, and it's outside of Columbia. So I don't think I'll have an issue there. But I'm going to top up to at least 50%, maybe a little bit more. Certainly if it drops below 100 kilowatts, I'm taking off, and I'll get on the road. So I'll be back with you in just a minute as I exit this supercharger. Okay, I'm back with you. I'm not sure exactly how long I've been here. You can probably look and see, but it's currently 4:15, maybe 10 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. I walked over and took a quick bio break. Checked a few emails, checked a couple other charging stations to see if there was any EVgo, Electrify America, anything else along the route that looked better. And I think this Tesla supercharger is going to be the easiest and most convenient. Shows, it came up just a minute ago and said I have enough energy to continue the trip. I'm just adding a little tiny bit of buffer just for highway speeds, and I'm going to take off and get out of here. So you'll see right now I'll arrive with 18%. I'm already up to 54%. Still charging at 102 kilowatts, and I will unplug here as soon as that drops below 100 kilowatts or I hit 20%. So just stay along and let's see how long this takes. So now we're at 101 kilowatts. Now we're at 100. Should pop up to 19% in just a second. It just did. So, and there you go. We're at 99 kilowatts, 55%. Let's unplug and get the heck out of here and get on the road. Looks like we got a lot of traffic to contend with to get out of this stop. So that's how you do it. Usually less than 15 minutes and roll on to the next charger. So let me get going and I'll be back with you. Okay, so here's another trip update. I am only 29 miles, but it's showing 47 minutes out. So we're going to hit some traffic unless something changes. It's 5:04 p.m., 57 degrees, and I've driven 59 miles at 320 watt hours per mile. We are riding at highway speeds, riding with traffic, and so that is certainly using up more juice than normal. But, you know, we're at a 5:52 p.m. arrival time at the supercharger in Lexington. So looking forward to getting there and topping up. Just hoping we can get through traffic a little quicker than it's estimating, but we'll kind of see what happens. There has been a lot of traffic today. It's certainly holiday season, the week before Thanksgiving, and traffic is super, super heavy. So we'll kind of see how this goes, and I will keep you updated. Thanks for following along. Well, and here is a trip update. We are in Columbia, South Carolina, going around the outside of the city. Unfortunately, this is what it looks like. 13 miles an hour, stop and go, in traffic. Been in it for a while now. 25 minutes left for 15 miles. Hopefully this clears up pretty soon. Let's take a look. That turns to orange. And then, you know, just not great. But we'll kind of see what happens here. And I am going to get through traffic. And let's take a look at our stats so far. 73 miles, 308 watt hours per mile. Obviously, it's improving with this slow speed. Overall, on the trip, 295 miles, 301 watt hours per mile. Should arrive with about 14%. Plenty left on the battery. Should get really fast charging. I haven't seen it pop up with preconditioning yet, but it must mean the battery is hot, or it will kick on here maybe in a minute. So we'll see what happens, and I'll be back with you shortly as I head to the supercharger. Let's take a look at availability on the charger, by the way. That should be interesting. So it shows 11 stalls available upon arrival, 3 cars en route. So we'll see how accurate that is when I get there, because that is a 12-stall supercharger there in Lexington. More details to follow. Okay, here's another trip update as it gets dark out. You'll see we're in night mode. 10 miles till I get off of this road, and only 11 miles to the supercharger. Preconditioning just popped up, and yeah, it's 60 degrees out, so continues to warm up even as the day should be getting colder, just because I'm headed far south. So pretty happy with that. Looking forward to a little bit warmer weather from where I was, and still showing I'm going to get there with about 14%. So I will update you again as I get closer to the charger. Okay, so I just got off the exit. I'm getting ready to go to the Tesla supercharger, which you can see after I get off the exit, I've got to go right, and it's down here in this plaza. It is 5:51 p.m. Looks like I'm going to arrive with 15% overall, 307 watt hours per mile. So did not improve the efficiency on that leg. 301 overall and 309 miles. So go ahead and ride with me here for a minute while we find these chargers and see if I've been to them before. I'm nearly positive I've been to these. I think it's like behind a bank in a plaza that has a Rose's store or something. I'm trying to remember, but we'll see in just a second, I'm sure. Yep, there's that Rose's store. And there's the superchargers down there. We've just got to turn in to the right here. not at the bank, but right past the bank. We turn right. And we're gonna zip into this charger, get plugged in, try to find a restroom, and then get the heck out of here and get on to Augusta. So there were 3 Teslas here as predicted. These all look like V3s. I don't see any silver on the handles, so let me go ahead and get backed in and get plugged in. And yes, I definitely have charged here before a few times. Okay, 16%, so a little better than predicted. Let's see how quick we ramp up. Okay, we're green. Let's check the car screen and see what kind of speeds we're getting. It says I only need 5 minutes to get to the hotel. So this will be another quick stop, and we're already up to 253 kilowatts. So max charging rate right away. It's holding in the 240s. And let's go ahead and scroll the charging screen away, get the navigation back, hit continue trip. Let's see what percent negative we are. 5% negative if I leave right now. 62 miles. So I'm probably going to let it charge for about 10 minutes. We're still at 249 kilowatts, so it holds that pretty good, under 20%. It zaps up pretty quick on the battery when you pull in at a low state of charge. So ideally you want to arrive around 10%, and it'll hold close to 250 kilowatts all the way up to 20%. So anyway, let's take a look. If we want to pop by another charger, I can't remember. There is one that's kind of en route, the North Augusta right there, which we drive right by that one. And then there's another one right up here that we also drive by. And that's a 150 kilowatt charger. So that one is pretty close to the hotel. So if the hotel charging doesn't work, I can hit it. So yeah, let's let this thing charge up a bit, and I'll try to figure out if I want to do a quick pop off, but I think I'm just going to head to the hotel. It's only 62 miles, so I'll be back with you in a minute. So I've been here about 9 minutes. I pulled in with 15%. I'm up to 47% in 9 minutes, 48%. So almost at the 10-minute mark. And I can get to the hotel with 18%, which is probably plenty. I'm going to let it juice up just a little bit more. It's still charging at 109 kilowatts. I'm probably not going to let it again drop below 100. I'll just take off because I can charge way quicker somewhere else, and I'll just hope the hotel has one of the destination chargers available. Worst case scenario, if not, I'll just go top this up in the morning and then take off, and I've got to head down to Albany, Georgia for meetings. So 310 miles, as I mentioned, 93 kilowatt hours and 301 watt hours per mile. And I will be on the road in just a minute, but I've decided I don't want to stop at another charger tonight. I'm going to risk it and get to the hotel and see if we can get juiced up there. So I'll be unplugging in just a minute, and we'll update you from back on the road or as I unplug. All right, well, I had to take care of a few emails and reply to a few messages, so I've been here just a bit longer. I'm down to 90 kilowatts at 58%. I wish Tesla's charging curve was a bit stronger, deeper into the pack. Hopefully in the future they're able to do that. I'm anxious to see the Cybertruck charging speeds and how long it holds them, especially on a new V4 charger. Anyway, been here 15 minutes. It's 6:08. I pulled in at 5:53 if I recall. I'm going to go ahead and get unplugged. 15 minutes is plenty of time, and let's get on the road. I'll arrive with 30% of the hotel, which is absolutely plenty. 62 miles, no big deal. Let's get the heck out of here. Press the button, wait till it goes white, unplug, put it in the slot. Good job, Tesla, and let us get on the road and get to the hotel and get checked in. It's been a long day. So I don't know if I've mentioned lately, my Model Y long range has acceleration boost, and when you get on an exit ramp and I take it out of chill mode, what I do is I press down on the left knob and I have it set to adjust between sport and chill, and you'll notice chill at the top went away. So I press down on the left scroll wheel, so I'm doing that now, and I can scroll and choose chill, and now at the top it shows chill. I use chill most of the time for efficiency, but you know, if I need to pass, if I'm getting on a on-ramp or merging into heavy traffic, I'll flip it back and forth. And this Model Y really does a great job with acceleration boost. 4.2 miles 0 to 60, and which is plenty fast. I have had a Model X Plaid that was 2.5 seconds 0 to 60, and that's nauseously fast, and you don't really need that much. The Cybertruck's also 4.2 seconds 0 to 60. So anyhow, I'm a couple of miles into it, like 4 miles into it, 300 and some odd watt-hours per mile. I just came out of the charger, but not long to go. I'll be there shortly. You know, 58 miles. It's showing 56 minutes, so it's not showing a ton of traffic. And I've just got to get off exit 253 miles to head towards the Partridge Inn in Augusta, Georgia. I think that's where I'm staying. Anyway, headed that direction, and should be there with around 30% on the battery. It's fluctuating. It says 32 right now. We'll see what it ends up at when I get there, and hopefully I can back into one of the chargers. I know right where they're at in the parking garage. So we will. I'll be back with you shortly. Okay, so time for another update. We are 37 miles out to the exit number 300. We are getting pretty decent efficiency. You can see there down below, driven 21 miles, is at 290 watt-hours per mile, and only a total of 42 miles left to go. Should get there a little after 7. I've obviously added time to this trip just with my various stops and extra time at stops. That was all on me. Could have made it there closer to 6:30. That one stop with traffic really did set me behind, for sure. But all in all, it's been a pretty smooth and uneventful trip. I appreciate you following along. I will try to update you and let you know if the chargers are available when I get to the hotel. And that should be my last check-in, you know, from the hotel. Hopefully I can do that. But again, I've really appreciated you following along as I've been on this road trip, headed down south here. So all good stuff. Love road tripping in a Tesla. Smooth, uneventful, and very safe and comfortable car. So good job, Tesla. So this hopefully will be my next to last update as I head into Augusta, Georgia. And let's take a look. You can see I've driven 55 miles, and again, not great efficiency. Been running these highway speeds again. So this hasn't been the most efficient trip at all, folks. 302 overall watt-hours per mile, 365 miles today. Left at 12:15 or so, arriving probably 7:15. So, you know, 7 hours to go from Roanoke, Virginia to Augusta, Georgia. But I stopped for a good hour, taking care of various things. I'm going to be there with around 33% on the battery, so that's good, and in about 8 miles. So jumping off this Interstate 20 in 2.8 miles to run into Augusta, and really, again, just looking forward to getting there. It's been a long day, been up since early a.m., a ton of business, and then a ton of phone calls this afternoon as I've been driving, and tons of emails, messages. Just been super, super busy today, in addition to driving, you know, close to 400 miles. So be happy to get there, get this car parked, hopefully get it charging, and then we will go from there. So I will be back with you. Hopefully the next clip you see is from the parking garage. And by the way, it's cooled down a little bit, 55 degrees, and you'll see it's now flipping over to 7 p.m. I am at a 35% stated charge currently, and just riding along with traffic here in Augusta, Georgia. So be back in a few moments. Okay, I just arrived to the parking garage. There is a Model Y beside me, but it's plugged in, but there's another wall charger, wall connector that's available. So I arrived with 33%. I'm going to get plugged into the Tesla wall charger. 64 miles, an hour and 5 minutes, 292 watt hours per mile. Overall trip, 299 watt hours per mile, 373 miles. 38,899 miles on the car. I should hit around 40,000 when I trip back to the Dallas-Fort Worth area in 2 days, and 294 watt hours per mile overall. Thank you for following along. Again, please like and subscribe. Have a great day, everyone. Let me show you these chargers. And there you go. So these are, I think, a Gen 1 wall charger. Wall connector, whatever we want to call it. And there's the buy Tesla plate. I'll get plugged in and see if we can get some juice. Check that out. It kicked on right away. We're green right away. And let's see what the speed is and how long it's predicting it'll take to charge. So it's showing it's a 48 amp charger, which means, you know, an 11 kilowatt charger, but it's running lower voltage, so maybe not. Let's see what this thing ramps up to. There it goes. 10 kilowatts. Very good. So I will adjust it because I'll top it up probably first thing in the morning. I'm going to set it to right around 90% for now and let it top up, and we'll go from there. Thank you again, everyone. I will pick this next road trip up. You'll see a road trip from Augusta to Albany next. Have a good day.